our Glory Globe TV. Here's a breaking news. Yes, Gilad Erdogan, Israel's permanent representative to the United Nations, has slammed the UN Security Council for failing to condemn Hamas for the October 7 terror attack, drawing a parallel between the attack and the anti-Semitic Kristallnacht Holocaust of 1938. He said if the Council could see the barbarity and savagery with your own eyes, it should understand the evil Israel has been defending itself against. The Holy Jewish Sabbath is a day of peace and rest. It is the day on which God rested following the creation of the world, yet no Jew will never forget the Sabbath of October 7. It has been seared into the collective trauma of the Jewish people forever. Exactly 85 years ago today, another traumatic atrocity was burned into the Jewish people's history. Between November 9 and 10, 1938, the Jewish communities of Germany and Austria suffered Kristallnacht, the Nazis' November pogrom, which was the first hyper-violent exposure of the Nazis' murderous Jew hatred, Erdogan said at the UNSC meeting, reported ANI. He said had the council existed in 1938, its response to the pogrom would not have been different. Nearly 100 Jews were murdered. Thousands of Jews' homes, hospitals, schools, houses of worship and businesses were ransacked and burned to the ground. Israelis endured another such pogrom 5 weeks ago. Yet here we are 34 days later, and this council still has not condemned Hamas' heinous planned massacre of the Israeli civilians. Had this council in its current form existed in 1938, I doubt that the response would be much different, he added. He asked the council to invite him to share a screening of the footage from Hamas attack on October 7. He claimed the footage was captured by Hamas terrorists themselves. Once you see the barbarity and savagery with your own eyes, you will understand the evil that Israel is defending itself against, he added. He also claimed that over the past 16 years, Hamas has turned Gaza into a terror trap. Over the past 16 years, Hamas has turned every inch of Gaza into a terror trap. Nothing is cured to this jihadist Nazis. Every medical worker, doctor and patient in Gaza is a human shield for the Hamas terrorists. It is a war crime of epic proportions. Will this be the focus of today's meeting? How can we possibly hold a briefing on the medical situation in Gaza without making this the primary issue of this meeting, Erdogan said. He also claimed that Hamas was trying to stop civilians from leaving the war zone. He accused the UN of relying on Hamas inputs for gauging the ground situation. For years, the UN has refused to establish verification mechanism that can provide us a truthful picture of reality. Who supplies the UN with these so-called facts? Who is that supplies the UN with this so-called fact? Is this information coming from unbiased and impartial third parties? The answer is no. Every piece of information regarding the situation on the ground that this council receives comes from Hamas, not international UN employees in Gaza, and added. Beyond the report, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, Bharat.